All I can say is then we just have random rubbish that has just been left here. I know, Chanel, you deserve better. So we're cutting a meter and it comes with measurements. Everything's fine. We're okay. Shh. Looking good and feeling good can also make you want to do good. Seriously, why did I think that coming on with no eyebrows and no lipstick was a good idea? I look like Casper. Okay, the caterpillars are in place. Before we begin, I do have to address the elephant in the room. To be fair, there are quite a few elephants to address. So we are not meant to be sitting in front of a camera today. I vlog on a schedule and something has majorly disrupted that. And that something, my dear viewers, is a simple thing called vanity. I have broken an integral part to my face, and that I'm referring to is my teeth. Not as visible on camera as I anticipated, however, I have fully snapped my left front tooth from here down and I have a little crack in the other and was just far too proud to show my face on camera. So we have taken a wee break. However, despite the fact that a part of my face has literally broken off and I'm super self-conscious, listen up, this is a life lesson. Can you feel it coming? Let's not let any adversity stop us from achieving and succeeding. No more hiding. Let's embrace the face. There's a t-shirt slogan right there. Just thought I'd add a bit of white under eye liner just to make the eyes slightly bigger and less tired than they really are. I know we're all used to the fact that my vlogging is constantly interrupted by snacking. Let's face it, I'm always packing. When I'm eating on the run, I always go for something slightly sweet, but like naturally sweet. So we have some fresh Royal Gala apples. They're always the best at this time of year, the autumn, winter. They are just so crisp and the skin is so shiny. I only eat apples at this time of the year. And today I decided to do a little apple peanut butter drizzle with granola situ. I take every opportunity to eat breakfast for lunch as it's my favourite meal of the day. Isn't the best part of cereal the milk, the leftover cereal milk? After eating and glamming up, I must say I'm in a much better mood despite the fact I caught the ugly. Little SpongeBob reference there.
Why is that bag on your head?
Why? Oh, no reason. Except you gave me the ugly. Well, what am I gonna do? I can't go out looking like this.
Yes, I do have the complete first 3 seasons. Come on, don't judge me. We all know we need a little bit of Squidward and SpongeBob and Patrickness in our life. For those fans out there like me who know, you know. This morning was my new face morning as well, and the battery started to run low. It starts making this guttural, earthy grunting sound when it is, so I had to express new face. So the face is not as snatched as I'd like it to be because I forgot to charge her. There she is doing her thing right now. If I could have one technology wish fulfilled in this lifetime, it would be that any device that runs low would instantly recharge itself. Like say when it reached 5%, that it would just instantly know what to do and have the intelligence to reboot itself. Now that would be my dream existence. Now on the topic of hopes and dreams, we're going to fulfill one of them today. Yes, this is another decluttering video, which would have been evident from the thumbnail. Oh my goodness, it is quite late in the day. Late in the day enough that I cannot do all the decluttering that I wanted to achieve today. But there is one major section of the room, it's the middle of this bedroom, that really does need a glow up. I've also not changed the bed on purpose because the linen is going to get changed as well. And also we need to de-bunny this room from Easter. We still have our Easter wreath up and all our little decorations. So we're going to de-bunny first and then I will get to what we are doing today. also includes a major cute Kmart decor haul. We all know what Kmart does to us. It makes us spend money. But before we debunny, let me show you my outfit because we all know we've got to look cute before we clean. This fluffy teddy loungewear set from H&M. Total copy of the Skims. I think Skims released this teddy kind of loungewear when they first launched, actually. So copies have been made, dupes have been made since then. This is my first dupe of one of the Skims line, and I have to say I am 90% pleased with it. The only thing I'm not pleased about with this look is the fact that, well, it's very apparent with these kind of knit joggers, and I believe I speak for most people here, for those of us who God has gifted with ample thighs. Okay, it does make us look like a bit of a wobbly teddy bear. I have no better words to describe it. However, I feel so warm, and yet I don't have the layering, so I can go about my housework, go about my day, and feel cool yet warm. Perfect for this time of year when you are indoors busy doing household chores. I also bought the matching wrap top, but that will come in another video of which I will do my H&M haul for this season. And for those of you rolling your eyes at the camera saying this is absolutely ridiculous to get glammed up to clean your house, for those of us who need that kind of thing to motivate us, this is what gets me going. This is what gets me out of my funk, out of my procrastination, and gets me started on the tasks that I really dread, because looking good and feeling good can also make you want to do good. On that note, let's start the debunning process by saying goodbye to Pinky here. She has been a wonderful little guardian over my bedroom mirror. But alas, this time of year is now at a close and on to a new season with new vibes to be brung. Happy to say that was a lot less effort compared to Christmas. So we have officially de-Eastered and the place is looking quite barren without something overhead the bed, so we will take care of that later. But for now we are going to focus on the middle of the room, which is behind me. I have been living like this. I think you saw from my last decluttering video, which I will link up above. We have been living in a bit of a situation, let's call it, for a long time, have become complacent. This is of my own doing, so I cannot unfortunately pass the blame to anyone bar myself. However, some of it is my husband's. My husband, his official name, we don't call him by anything else, has some things also left in this space, but this really does need a glob. My intention today was actually to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but I think we'll just stick to A, B, C for today because we do not have a lot of time as per usual, as I have many children to take care of and I have this short window of opportunity to feel a bit better tonight when I lie in bed and watch some television without staring at all this rubbish. So let me just take you through the situation here. Basically, TV, this is quite old TV, great TV, it's a Sony. I've had this for perhaps a good 15 years and we have no intentions of changing this TV. We'd love to have a mount, but we have no bearing on the wall, so we can't do that, and it has to be a TV on a stand, unfortunately. And the only way to get this to stand for all this time was to place a board, which my mum decided to make a cover for. It is a rather lovely pattern, however, I feel it's just a little bit dated. So we want to change this. We will have to keep the board obviously so the TV can sit on top of it. Then underneath to obviously get the height. So our view isn't impeded by this thing over here, is we have a cube, and this cube is housing an array of rags, Sailor Moon DVDs. I'm really showcasing my nerdiness in this video, aren't I? SpongeBob and Sailor Moon, yes. I live in the past and I love it. This situation, despite the fact I love my Sailor Moon DVDs and I love my anime, it's just not the space for it, is it? It just looks horrible, quite frankly, and I think we can just do a lot better in storing these things, and perhaps you don't even have to see this. So this cube is really what I wanted to change out. And then we just have random rubbish that has just been left here over time and basically just needs a proper clear out. And look at this. This is super old of me and my firstborn. We'll have to clean that up and pop that somewhere. Oh, and let's not forget the assortment of random rocks. I know they're meant to bring positive energy, I believe. This is a thunder egg from New Zealand. My dad gave that to me. So all of them have some sentiment. I feel like these are from my dad. We used to go rock hunting. Again, another nice nerdy thing that I used to love to do. And I think these were shop bought. So I'm not sure what I'll do with these. Perhaps I will pass them on to the children because they are following on the path of their mother and being into rocks. And then this sad situation here. Old beer glass with roses. Now these roses were from my husband. They were just random single roses that I were gifted over the years, and perhaps that might be rather nice sort of laying over this board once it's all done, or even placed on a bookshelf. I will hold on to these, but the beer glass as a vase situation really must change. So I thought I would commence by first just clearing everything from the shelf of a chest of drawers, which everything is balanced on top of. Everything is balanced on top of something around here, trying to save room. So I'm going to clear the decks, and then we will have to figure out how to get the TV off the board, off the cube, so everything just happens to be just so. We're also going to be doing a little bit of DIY, which you will see why in the Kmart haul to come after this. So I'll pop you on a time lapse, we'll declutter, and then we will get to the Kmart haul. One small step for man, one large step for Opal. When you start decluttering, it's quite interesting. You start wondering why you have put this off thus far, because this really should have been taken off so long ago, and that took me, what, 1 minute to do? Anyway, despite the fact we now have a semi-empty space, I did save a few things for you. You know, the treasure trove of things you find when you have left things hanging around for so many years. This was quite interesting. This is a laminated sign that I used to hang off the end of my bed to remind me to do pelvic floors during my first pregnancy. Just a reminder to do your Kegels, ladies. Then a very dusty Santa Claus pencil case filled with, to my absolute joy, all the little trinkets, like the really good ones that you get in the bonbons that you crack open. And I found mini cards. These are my favorite things to get. A mini fan. I mean, how handy would that be for your handbag? Ooh, we've even got some coins. We've got, oh my goodness, a nail brush. Love the treasure trove. I actually think those would make really good prizes when you have a birthday and you're playing party games, so I'll hold on to those. Now, what we have remaining here is the DVD player. We are not letting go of this one, as this is the only one that I've got that plays international DVDs, aka the only ones that I own, which are my Sailor Moon ones, so we have to keep this one. Also left here the Blu-ray player. So what I thought of doing, because this corner is a little bit messy, I think the cords could definitely be hidden in some way, I thought we would condense by popping these one on top of the other, because we'll use them alternately anyway. We wouldn't use them both at the same time so they wouldn't get overheated. Pop them in this corner, and I've also gotten rid of, to my husband's dismay, the very sad looking PlayStation, I'm not even sure, PlayStation 3 at my feet. I believe the newest one is quite a lot smaller, so perhaps this is a little incentive to move on. And I can't complain, I am a lucky woman. He hasn't played this thing in years, so I don't think he will miss it. However, there might be a bit of protesting to come, but nothing that my strong will can't fix, because I think we are all in agreement that this area is in need of a major glow up. So next up, the Kmart haul and a bit of DIY. Also some cleaning of the bench top. However, I do need to pick up children, so we'll be away for at least a good hour and a half. But when I am back, if I am graced with some childminding, I will finish this project. Otherwise, I will see you on a different day. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're back. We are losing light, so the big show lights have come on so we can actually see what I'm doing. For the, I guess, fun part for some, I need to now get this TV off and then get rid of the bottom. So I'm not going to dust yet because I feel like it's going to be quite dusty back there. Okay, so this is all one unit. I'm just wondering if I can lift this. Okay, yes, I'm lifting and place it to the side. Or do I have to take out some cords? I don't know. Oh. Okay. Alright, I think this board needs to move to the left. Oh, this is where the show begins, people. This is where the show begins. Okay, then. Okay, we've made it onto the other side. Perfect. Okay. Right, well, you know, that wasn't half hard. You know what though? It is super filthy back there, so I think I'm going to put on my baker's apron and protect my cute little outfit. In fact, to be fair, some could argue that this material would be good for collecting. Dust bunnies, you know those ads that you see with children that have those mops attached and they go crawl around the floor and basically do the housework as the mum, you know, sits back and watches TV? I feel like that right now. But you will get no full body dusting show from me, people, today, unfortunately. Well, fortunately. Right, the board. Do you know what? Whilst I'm here, what I will do is I'm going to take this cover off. Okay, lucky it's not glued down and it's being cooperative. Okay, we actually have a semi-decent piece of wood under here. In fact, do I even need to do any DIY on this? But I guess we've come this far. I mean, why not? That's actually okay on its own. Do I even need to go to too much trouble? We shall see. Oof, there's dust everywhere. Oh my gosh. Right, so this can go to the side for now, and we no longer will be needing this, so goodbye. I'm so addicted to this. We have had this in the house for, well, we have repurchased this for years, I should say. This is the Vanilla Fresh Fridge and Kitchen Spray. Oh my gosh, it just smells like vanilla bean ice cream. So I'm going to be using this to just finish off the bench top, which is looking actually rather clean. So this shouldn't take me too long. I'll also get behind the TV and then we shall commence the haul. Ugh, that's lovely. Okay, this is rather embarrassing, but you have seen, you know, all sides of me, so you might as well see this one. The back of this TV. Can we just stand back and appreciate the majesty of the way this dust has fallen over the years? I mean, the Sony, it looks like basically a fossil from 1543. All I can say is I must say all that dust has done well at taking the shine off my 5 o'clock face. Finally, to the goodies, my favourite. This is always my favourite part. Blow up commencing. Well, let's begin with what I picked up first. This has just been released by Kmart and it's this brass look wave tray. It's a mirrored tray and it's quite a decent size, 35 centimeters in diameter, and I'm actually hoping I will have enough room to place it on the side, but I thought the gold tones would work in really nicely with the mirror and the other gold features on my dressing table, and I thought I'd just pop on a few little candles and bits and pieces to just create a little humble decor moment. Now this piece is key. This is quite integral to the whole vibe that I'm setting up. This is a terrazzo tray. Basically I feel like it's like a concrete. It's actually quite chalky. It's leaving marks on me as we speak, and it's quite delicate, so it chips quite easily. But this pattern is very common to see on kitchen bench tops and so forth. And yes, it is a bit more of a kitchen bathroom vibe rather than a bedroom. It is stoneware. However, I thought this would be the base under the TV for the pillars of which I'm going to stand upon it. Let me explain. Found these absolutely stunning pair of twin urns. Oh, in fact, they are, oh wow, they're very sound sensitive. Amazing. Oh, I think I just snorted out some dust. That is, wow, that is charming. Anyway, these are textured linear vases, and I thought these could stand atop the terrazzo tray as seen behind me, two of them together to hold up the board, which will hold up and support the television. So these will be the new supports rather than that pink box, and I thought this would tie in nicely with the tones of the room. They're quite neutral and also add a bit of a stoneware element because I don't have much stone in the bedroom, so this will just add another bit of dimension. The following bits are me clearly getting distracted and are of little to no consequence on the structure of holding the TV up. However, let's begin with this one here. I found the very last one, thank goodness, of this glazed oil, hold on, let me fix my lighting. This glazed oil and wax melt burner. Now, I've had a wax melt burner before and it was from Kmart. I absolutely loved it actually because it was the gift that kept on giving. The wax kind of never disappeared. You just had perpetual wax and a lovely smell. However, what I didn't like about it was that I couldn't really, oh my goodness, my lens is like covered in dust. Right, where was I? My other wax burner, when you went to change the wax, you'd have to tip the entire thing upside down to clear the wax out and obviously put in a new smell, whereas this one comes with a removable cup. I went for this because obviously this is very in tune with the linear textured vase, and I thought this would just add a nice little addition to the decor moment on the side, which I will be creating. Oh, and I completely skipped my point. Basically, the top is removable, so I can simply tip this out if I want to add another wax melt. Then to add to the wave tray and the wax melt to the side, I've got a few candles which I've been saving up. They're ribbed candles, which I thought would be nice to sort of place somewhere as decor. And I was walking past Adhesive and I spotted this lovely scalloped terrazzo tray, and I thought this would be really nice to pop the candles on because obviously wax would stain the mirrored tray, so I thought this would also make a nice little moment to the side and the little structural element. This has no bearing on the TV situation, but I just happened to see it. This is a fragrance line by Kmart. I do have Kmart oils in my burner at the moment. I've only got one of them because it's very hard to find a nice smell. I'm very particular about smells, so it's very hard for me to find one that I actually want to be in my space. This is a set of 4 fragrances. I did open and smell every one of them. It's a sugar and spice collection, so it comes in fig, toffee, syrup, and the last one I remember was berry. The packaging is absolutely gorgeous. This didn't cost me too much, wasn't very expensive. However, one of the smells I didn't like, which was syrup, I could do without. It smelled like penicillin medicine smell, but the rest were absolutely wonderful, and I already know what I will be burning first, and it's definitely the toffee. Really wonderful gift idea, especially with Mother's Day coming up. Everyone needs to have this in their arsenal. These are the 6 LED tea lights, which cost about $3.50. I use them all the time. I would never go back to regular tea lights, only if I had to obviously heat something up like that little wax melt, but these are fantastic. They flicker, they last forever, and they look exactly like real tea lights, and they're reusable. It's really a no-brainer, so I picked up another packet of these. Some clear drawer inserts, because I think I want to have a rejig of my makeup drawers, as I've got velvet inserts there at the moment, and the makeup has kind of stained all of them and it's quite grotty, and I thought this might be more appropriate as another solution. And finally, something that is rather relevant, and this comes into the DIY. I purchased a self-adhesive film in the Terrazzo pattern, and it was my idea to tie in with the Terrazzo tray and the tones of the structure that I'm going to be adding in. I thought I would cover said board with the terrazzo to make everything really cohesive in here. Now, I'm assuming this is much like the covers that you used to put on books. I used to love doing that in primary school and high school. So I don't think it'll be that hard. However, I do have issues with making the bubbles not appear and so forth. So this will be rather interesting. Apparently you can use it on cupboards, walls, shelves, furniture. I'm very keen to give this a go. So in saying that, let's bite the bullet and let's do this together. I'm going to use my chest of drawers as my workbench. Now, lucky for me, this seems to be just about the width that I need to cover this board. So what I might do is I will cut the length that I need, fold the edges over, and perhaps create like a cut in the corners for it to fold over, and then I'll do the other side. And to be fair, no one's really going to see the underside, so if it doesn't quite match, the pattern doesn't quite match up, no one will notice. And not to mention, it's covered in this stone pattern, so it all kind of blends in all together, we're hoping. Yeah, just as I expected. So it's got the gridding underneath, pretty much just like laminating anything. Now, instructions for use: self-adhesive, smooth, clean and dry surfaces, ceramic, glass, mirrors, plasterboards. Measure, cut the dimensions, allow the overlap of a few centimeters. Remove the protective paper for a few centimeters and stick down, and then gradually remove the remainder of the protective paper. Smooth down with the palm of the hand, working from the center to the edges to expel any air bubbles. Wipe with a clean damp cloth to remove dirt from the surface. Now, luckily for that cover, this board really doesn't need much cleaning at all. It's fairly good. I will just wipe it down with a cloth to just take that extra piece of caution. Always adding spritz of vanilla won't hurt. I'm going to cut, okay, this is actually the perfect size. I'm going to cut up until 100 centimeters. I think that ought to do it. So we're cutting 1 meter, and it comes with measurements down the sides to make it easy, and a grid. Oh, actually, I lie. My maths is not quite as it was. Well, to be fair, it's always what it was. Not very good. I always babble when I'm nervous, so I profusely apologize. Okay. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to get my makeup brushes out of the way. Alright, so it says to basically peel, is that even on both sides? I would say that that's fairly even. Alright, getting extremely nervous at this point. Oh my goodness me, I have done harder things. I have lived through much harder times, and yet this is getting the better of me. My goodness gracious. Okay. It's okay, we can peel it off, it's fine. It's not a forever thing. In fact, this would be a really good solution if you wanted to change your space and you weren't quite sure what to do, but you wanted something temporary. This is a nice way to add in a little bit of diversity. but not a permanent change. So I'm peeling off the backing as the instructions said. Not to mention the TV will be covering most of this anyway, so it's fine. Everything's fine. We will be fine. It's quite adhesive. Okay. Now, my main thing is we better make sure that it's kind of, oh my goodness, it's sticking already. Straight, so. I think we've got more overlay on one side than the other. But it's okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. We're okay. Shh. Okay, I'm peeling from underneath and smoothing at the same time. To be fair, this is probably better with 2 people, but my other people have very little hands, and to be fair, most likely they would not be very helpful. Not to mention, vlogging while doing this is probably not the best idea. So I'm going to be quiet now, and I'm just going to finish what I started, because I am a closer. We've done the top. Now I'm going to flip this over and we're going to do the underside. This will probably be the most challenging, and as you can see, oh my goodness, that is so crooked. Look at that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, it's okay. It's okay because no one's going to see the bottom. That's fine. So I'm going to cut on the corners at an angle, obviously. How should I do this? Perhaps on the corner. And then I'm going to get rid of this piece. Now I'm going to go from the center, make it nice and taut to get those clean edges, and then really firmly press it down because I want a really sharp edge to the sides. No bubbles on site. That looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to do, oh my goodness, it's attached itself to the DVD. Great. And it's got dust on there. Right, I better work quickly. Not only gathering dust, I'm now gathering sweat as well. That was a little intense, but as you can see, we have the board. I haven't checked the underside yet. Perhaps I should. Okay, she looks cute. Okay, and the bottom part, like I said, no one's going to see that. But sorry, my battery had quite enough of that nonsense. Right, I'm going to cover the underside just to make sure these edges just stay down. And this looks like an ad for oh my goodness, can anyone say that? McLinktos? Anyway, this looks like an ad for this Vanilla Fresh spray because it's just hovering in the background. I shall remove. Unless they want to sponsor, of course, you're very welcome to. I'm going to actually utilize the measurements for this and cut along the lines because I want just a perfect rectangle. I need about yay much. Yay. Verily yay. Okay, I've got my roll, and now just to adhere this to the bottom, and I'll do the same thing. I will just take off a few centimeters from the top, line it up, and then just make my way slowly down. Oh my goodness, this is a bit TMI, but I feel like I can feel my butt sweating. Not to mention this teddy outfit, probably most likely made of polyester, is not helping in that department. Didn't realize that doing such a task I would end up with a soggy bottom. Moment of truth. Let's flip her around. Right, this looks like this is the good side. Ta-da! I'm not sure if we're even capturing the majesty of this. This looks like a tiled, like this looks like tiles. This looks like a piece of stone. And look at those corners. I'm quite pleased with myself. What you can do for $7. I just had to show you this laying on the bed. How realistic does that look? I am gobsmacked. This apron has served me well, but it's got to go now. I am just getting far too nervously hot. Right, we actually might be out of here before dinner. Everyone, including me, will be pleased. The assembly. So let's begin with our round terrazzo tray and then the vase for the supports. Okay. Now I'm going to make sure I get its good side. We did lose a few pieces at the store, but this looks like the right side. Bit of a gap near the front of the chest of drawers. Now let's get the good sides and I'll separate them out as much as possible. So we want to get as much of an angle, which is with as much support as possible. Oh my goodness, I'm getting nervous dry mouth again. We have a sweat tash forming. Now for the terrazzo board. Oh my goodness, I just can't get over how good this is. Now is this the good side? Which is the good side? Right, this is definitely the better side. Although what I've learned from this experience, I don't think I should be a wallpaperer or a tiler. My angles are they're just not happening. Now this is going to be interesting. How do I get the TV back on here without... This might be a two-person job. Do I have to pull in for emergency supplies? Oh god, could I use a PA right now? Okay, I did that myself, but it's really wobbly. Okay, everything's fine. We're all fine. Everybody's fine. Oh, I wish I did more upper body training at this point. Now, we have an issue. What's the issue? We're not balanced. Let's get back. Some wires. Get onto the wire. Okay. Oh, and we've just turned the TV on. Lovely. Oh, and I've turned the volume up. Great.
Have an issue.
So, it's up, but we have a slight problem. Because it is balancing on the vases, and perhaps the vases are not quite flush, we have a bit of a wobble, which is a bit of a worry. I'm just wondering how we can amend this. It's like we might need just something underneath, but I'm not sure what, to be fair. Unless I put like a piece of cardboard across the bottom, just as an extra support. Alright, this feels like high school. I will try to insert this underneath. I wonder if I even have to... I stole this from a Cotton On box, by the way. Totally irrelevant, but again, I babble when I'm nervous. I wonder if I can just sort of slide this underneath. Do you think that's a wise idea, or perhaps... Oh no, we can. I can and I will. Okay, we did it. Oh wow, oh my goodness. Guys, that worked. This is now stable. Oh! So, not attractive, I know, but that piece of cardboard has made all the difference at stabilizing this. So now there is no wobble. Well, only a very slight one, but nothing compared to what it was before. So I'd call this stable, about as stable as my sanity. And now I'm going to move the DVD player over to the other side and just stack it on top of the Blu-ray player. So we're moving to the other side, and we're here. perfect. Oh my goodness, I have not seen such empty space in 15 years. Now to get creative, I'm going to go in with the brass look tray. Perfectly intact. Oh, hello there. Okay, and that's going to go here. Oh wow, it's a bit gold for me. I would rather it be a bit more muted. It's a very yellow gold, but beggars can't be choosers, and for now it works. Right, I'm going to give this a little test drive. Pop this on here. Okay, and then I'll add my little accents. I'm just sitting on the bed now and admiring the transformation, and yes, you know me, well, as in anyone, those wires are just horrendous, aren't they? They just bother me. And look, one day we will have one of those cableless TVs that go into the walls, but for now this is what we have working with. And from, you know, if we were to just cut off the Bluetooth player, I think this is such an improvement, don't you think? Wow, I'm so pleased. Now, the final flourish. I have restless children and husband downstairs. We need to attend to this wall situation because right now it is bare. Now, what used to be hanging up there were these movie posters before I had the Easter decor and the Christmas decor. Ideally, I would love an autumn wreath, like something that's like dried florals or those wispy reed, like, I mean, what am I doing? All right, it's tea time, it's dinner time. Let's get on with it. So this needs to go back up because we don't have another option right now. I do love this actress. She's beautiful. She's Rita Hayworth. She's everything. She's fabulous. And I used to like to embody her. She just had such flair and such charisma, and she was wonderful. Anyway, I don't think that's quite my style anymore, so I thought I would finally replace those prints with my Gabrielle Chanel prints that I picked up from the exhibition. I will link the blog up above. Got this for a real bargain actually, for $30. These original prints, well, they are prints, but they are genuine, of some of the fashion designs from Chanel. So we have this lovely lady here that we can add in. I'm just going to double check that the print will fit. It looks like it will. I might actually need some sticky tape, and not to mention I did discover that the backing is fully, like, it's fully backed with paper. So, oh, actually I could probably use my leftover terrazzo paper to stick it down. Food for thought there. Anyway, back to the prints. We have this lovely lady. We have this wonderful orange print, which I do rather like, but I don't want to go too OTT with the colour in here because, I mean, says the woman with the checkered orange bedspread. But here's another one that's also very orangey, isn't it? And then a plain one. So we're in a situation here where one of the middle ones needs to be colourful. So we have these two, and then for the middle, what should we, you're all going to help me decide here. Should we go bold? Should we do the orange? I do rather like her, and it says Chanel. Or do we go for the more muted one? To be quite fair, you can't really see what's going on in that print, but these two are more clear. So this one, this orange one, as bold as it is, makes more sense to go in the center. So I have never done a proper framing before, but first time for everything in this vlog. I'm really nervous about this because I'm not sure what I'm going to find under here. But times are changing, and so must my decor. So can we lift this up even? I have no idea what framing is all about, so what am I going to find? So we've got a board. Oh no, the board is secured with these. Can I possibly, I could probably get my husband to bolt cut this off. Let's see if I can elicit some help here. Keep going. Thing is, once I change the prints, that's the thing, does the board have to go back on? It's going to be sticky tape. I've got the prints right here. Can you hammer these back in? Okay, husband to the rescue. Now, unfortunately, I will not be able to get this backing back on because it's been stapled down. Ooh, another. Gee, there is a lot to framing, isn't there? We've found another obstacle. Okay, it's all been stuck together with this tape. So I'm going to need, oh, gee, I might even need electrical tape at the end of this. So I'll need to cut down this brown tape so I can get to the actual prints. Goodness me, they've done a number on this. So there's a will, there's a way, and with any luck, maybe I'll just be able to stick the portraits over the original ones. Okay, so I'm going to leave the glass there. Alright, so here they are. Someone has, they've mounted them inside. There are frames. There are frames here, so I have to get to the insides, which is no problemo. I can do that. Okay, the woman is mad. What is she doing? Okay. Alright, so the prints are a bit ruined, but that's okay. Right, so then what I'm going to do, just to save time, I think I'm just going to, what's the order going to be? Who's going on the left and who's going on the right? Should we go from darkest to lightest? Is that what we want to see? Or should it be lightest to darkest? I think darkest to lightest. Alright, let's do it that way. So I'm going to just put her in frame and basically sticky tape it all back together. So this is the frame. Now this requires a little bit of skill here, which, you know, it's questionable whether I have any remarkable skills at all, but right here is she. She looks lovely. Just mark her in place. She doesn't move. Oh no, Chanel. You deserve better. Okay. That's one. Invasion of the children has commenced. So, oh my goodness, it's upside down. That would be a tragedy, wouldn't it? Prints are in situ. Now we just need to secure them to the frame and mount. Sounds simple enough, but I'm sure it won't be. glass.
Baby, what is that?
Love to live on the edge in this place.
Yes.
Yes. So basically what I'm dealing with, the glass is not secured in this frame, hence why it was covered in paper to keep it all in place. So now my job is to make sure obviously the glass doesn't fall on top of us as we're sleeping, and I might need some really tough electrical tape for this. So I think if I reduce some really tough electrical tape on it, that hopefully should secure it enough. Actually, the paper may not be strong enough, so I'm going to use the board and try some electrical tape and hope and pray, basically. Shall we all admire my handiwork? Let me demonstrate. So here is the backing to the frame. I've had to double secure it with electrical tape because obviously there is a glass frame in there, and of course with the portrait hanging, actually it's hanging forward, so there is very little chance that it's going to fall out the back. If anything, if the glass were to fall out, it would fall back behind the bed, not on top of somebody. So with the frame leaning forward, I believe this will be rather safe hanging above our heads, we're hoping. Time for the mounting. Oh, there's a bit of sticky tape I can see poking through in the bottom of the middle frame, but nothing we can do about that now because the job has been done. And to be fair, it's not quite a job I do again. I didn't realise there was quite so much to framing. Now let's get her hanging. That was a bit unsuccessful. Just don't mind my fairy bottom there. She is back up. She's straight. I think she is. Now, purely for staging purposes, I've quickly just done up the bed. I actually wanted to remake the entire thing, but I guess the orange does tie in with the very bright orange of the portrait. But this is the new space. And now, when I lie in my bed and watch TV, I can just turn around and see a semi-calming, beautiful space. And I am acutely aware that hanging above me is something that could end up shattering upon our heads. So perhaps tonight I might take that portrait down and get it professionally done, just to be on the safe side. Don't try this at home because I've never done this before, and most likely it is probably not the correct thing to do when framing a picture with glass. Always get a professional to do that. So that's my covering my ass portion of this video covered. Thank you so much for giving me the motivation to get this done. It's been 15 years in the making and it just took today to do it. Now I have other life responsibilities to attend to, but I am just feeling very, very happy, motivated, proud, sense of accomplishment. We've done DIY, we've, you know, turned wood to stone. I feel like a god right now, honestly. I've made miracles happen today in this bedroom. And, you know, hats off to Kmart. All the decor, save the candles. I had them previously, the ribbed candles, but everything was from Kmart. So it really, you know, it doesn't take much to transform your space. You've just got to have a bit of creative thinking, the motivation, of course, and just the will to succeed, of which my will is, as you can see, so strong that nothing can deter me from finishing what I have started. I am innately an overachiever, but in saying that, I think I should probably take the time to chill out now, although I have lots of other jobs to do: feeding, bathing, reading, and playing, and, well, if we have time for that, but I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. It's into the evening now. But what I am wearing served me very well for motivating me to clean today, so I will link this outfit in the description box below, and any of the bits that I've picked up from Kmart I will also link in the description box. So if you want to click on the little arrow down there, that will show you all the bits that I've purchased and take you there straight away. So you may also be inspired to do up your space. Let me know in the comments, are you doing any decluttering right now? Is there any spaces in your home that you've been looking at for 15 years thinking, one day, just one day? All I can say is my advice, don't delay, life is short. Hope this inspires you to declutter and change your space, change your mood, change your life. That's it from me because my memory card is full and I talk too much quite fairly. You know, we all know it. We all know it. Okay, I'm rambling now. Good night, my lovelies. Take care and let me know what you guys are doing with your space. I'd love to hear about it. Alright, good night from me. Bye. Ooh, and also like and subscribe because we need to, keep the channel a-moving along. Okay, that's it. I'm out.